there, it's Liz Yuille from Old Stables Crafts. Thank you for joining me again today. Today's project is this one, and it's for the Inspire.Create.Challenge team. I think we're on challenge 6, which is for a fancy fold card. So this is my fancy fold card. It's not quite as complicated as I think it might look. I've actually made this for a birthday, really. Although I'm using the Christmas Round the World Designer Series paper, and then I used the half full stamp set, but I've picked out sentiments that don't say Christmas. So this is either going to work or it's not. So let's give it a go. I'm going to do this one in basic black, and I'm going to use the Merry Music. Is it called Merry Music? I want to call it Merry Music. Yes, Merry Music speciality paper. Now I've already cut the guts, if you like, because I've got, I have a template which has got all the measurements on, which I will try and do as a post, but bear with me because it's interesting. This is one that I'm going to do all the scoring and cutting on the trimmer, and I'm hoping that you will be able to see it. So the first thing to do is, well, the first thing we can do is to score the whole thing in half, and it's quite useful just to do that so that you know where the middle is. I should say this is 12 inches wide and 5 3/4 deep. So it's not quite 6 by 6 because 6 by 6 won't fit in our standard envelope. Right, this is where the fun starts. So I need to be 1.5 inches down, which is just under 4 centimetres. But then I need to be 1.25 inches across. So I need to be 1.5 inches down here and 1.25 inches this way. And the 1.25 inches is here on the scoring board. And say 1.5 inches is just under 4 centimetres. So if I line that up on the 1.25 inches and line this up on under just over 4 centimetres and score, and then at the bottom, which you probably can't see, I'm going to count up about 4 centimetres. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So I've got a rough idea of where I'm going, and then what I can do is score. Actually no, I'll do the other one first. So I'm going to repeat the same thing again, but I'll come up the way this time, and on black it's not easy. 1, 2, 3, 4, so about there. And then if I then score, so let's get rid of the cutting blade, at 1.5 inches, then if I need to I can come back in and extend my cut line. But that's at 1.5 inches there. And at this end it will be 10.5 inches that way, and then I can extend these cut lines. Now that I can see where the score mark is, I can extend the cut line. So I can wiggle until that blade's in, and then just extend down and up to the score line, and then the same again here. Oh, and I'm running out of battery. This is really what I want to do, isn't it? Run out of battery on this. So up and down. So what I might do is show you all the scoring and then hope for the best. Right, so I'm going to score here at the top and the bottom at the 4 inch, but miss the centre, and 4 inch, and then 8 inches, and 8 inches, and then at 9 inches I'm going to score the centre bit, and then again at 3. And then that's all of the scoring done. So I can put that away. And then we kind of concertina, so back, forwards, back, forwards, and then this goes back. Oh, no, it goes that way. What am I talking about? It goes that way, and that way, then that way, then that way. And you just kind of squish it all together, grab your bone folder, and sorry about that. That's just, you know, don't start recording a video when your battery's about to run out, I think is the moral of that story. Anyway, so where were we? We were at, so this is 12 inches by 5 3/4. This gap here is 1 1/4 inches, as is here. The first fold line is at 1.5 inches on both sides. Then we've got a fold at 3 inches, so 1.5 in, and then down the middle. And then we've also got a score line at the 4 or 8 inch mark on these. So I've already cut a piece of the Merry Music Designer Series paper that is the right size to frame. So on the original, I actually cut separate pieces because I really wasn't feeling terribly brave. But on this one, I've done one piece. I wouldn't actually, on the normal weight of Designer Series paper, I don't think I would cut the frame in one piece anyway, because you're adding bulk to your score lines and it can cause buckling. But because this is the thinner specialty paper, I'm happy to do that. However, having said that, of course, I've got to stick it on. So wish me luck, as they say. In fact, let's see if I can introduce a bit more light. That might help everybody. So I'm going to be quite strategic on where I'm putting my adhesive. Putting it a bit nearer the fold line would be good, because I don't want everything to be sticky at the same time, if that makes sense. So I will be putting some of my adhesive on the card and some on the paper, because getting it nearer the edge would be a good idea. Can you see that? Yes, you can. So you can probably see that that wasn't right. There we are. Right, so having got that, let's not get everything stuck. So I'm then going to run adhesive around the outside of my pattern paper. Just trying to get not absolutely on the edge, but reasonably close to the edge, so that, except that's right on the edge and indeed over the edge. So let's flip that up. Okay, right, so this is one of those wish me luck moments, because I'm putting something flat onto something bent, which is never a good move. So let's start by, yes I did, popping that. I have checked that this fits, by the way. I did a dry run. So the key to this is tension. So make sure you have tension on your paper and flatten out your card. I am going to have to do a little bit of trimming, I think, when I've done this. There we go. So that's that adhered, and then if I flip it over, you can see that I just need to trim very slightly on that top edge. So this is one of those moments where you, need 5 hands again. So you're probably not going to be able to see what I'm doing, because in order for me to do it, I need it to be in a certain place. But all I'm going to do is from the back, trim away the bit that's slightly proud. And it's always easier to do one direction than it is the other. So just trim that off, get rid of that bit, just cut into there, because I know that's where we've got a little bit too much. And we are talking minuscule amounts here. But there we go. So that's all stuck down nicely. Then we just need to reinforce the fold lines that we've already got there, because the paper hasn't been scored. Forward, back. Yeah, that's a little bit proud, so I'm just going to get my bone folder and just reinforce that fold now that the paper's in place. But there you go. So that just needs a bit more manipulation and it will be fine. So that is our basic card, and then, oops, it will be fine if I get it to fold in the right place. It will be lovely. That's better. And there is our fold. So now we just need to do some stamping, and for that I have got 2 pieces of real red and 2 pieces of Whisper White. The real red is cut at 2 7/8 by 3 1/8, and the Whisper White is 2 3/4 by 3. So I've just got an 1/8 of an inch spare, so we get a little pop of red on there. But also I'm going to do my stamping in real red, and I'm going to use the Season of Whimsy stamp set, which I haven't used yet. How much of a sin is that? So I'm going to use pretty much all of the baubles. Let me just bring out some blocks, which would have been useful to have got ready in advance, of course. So I'll start by doing the Deck the Halls. Just pop that on my block so I know it's straight-ish. Ink that up and pop that across the bottom. And then we've got Deck the Halls. And get that cleaned up. It would have been sensible if I'd have got that ready to go, wouldn't it? So that's that one. Then I want the largest of the baubles. I say largest, it's the sort of most prominent. And pop that one down. And then, so that's that side, and then on the other one I'm going to put the other 2 baubles. So let's start with the long thin chappy. And then the short fat. And that is our stamping done. You could add some extra sort of little sparkles and stuff, although I think this is more for the New Year bit because it has got Happy New Year on it as well. And it's even got something for Valentine's because it's got PS I love you. And then you can put this string on the top of your baubles. But frankly, I think once my Stamparatus has arrived in about February, that's when that will be easier to use. Right, okay, so pop these onto our mats. And as I say, just a tiny little pop of real red. But that's just, I think when you're doing something that's very black, it's quite nice to then just have that surprise of a bit of real red. And I've just realised, of course, I'm folding this all the wrong way. That should go, isn't it sad? So these should all go the other way. Oh, it's pathetic. It's truly, truly pathetic. In fact, I shouldn't have scored there at all. Well, there you go. So that should go back. And that should... I always say you see everything when you watch my videos. And you basically do. So those should actually go forwards. So it should be... Not that it really matters. I'll sort that out in a minute. I'm going to stick my panels on and then I'll sort that out. I don't actually think it matters. I might do one way and one the other. But it really is quite pathetic, isn't it? So if I want those coming forwards, I want those going back, those coming forwards, that going back, that coming forward. Okay, that way. This is what I want. What I really, really want is for it to work. There we go. That's better. That's what I want. So those two bits are coming forward, and then that's why the side panels are blank. Back. There we go. So when I do the photographs, it will be right, but you can see the basic shape, and then if I hold it up, that's better. Isn't it wonderful when a plan finally gets together? So that's that one, which if I put a block either side, might help hold it together for the camera angle. And then this was the original, which, again, if I pop a block there, you can see the fold. So there you are, all a bit scatty, and I do apologise for that. I'll put it down onto my respiratory whatever I've got. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the madness, and I will see you again very soon. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye!